So we have 9 players currently under contract from our NFL draft class from this year. The only player we don't have under contract is technically Amarius Mims. But other than that, all 9 other players are under contract. Now, based on what I understand, Amarius Mims' contract is somewhat understood and agreed upon, but this needs to the final writing and stuff like that. But with that being said, let's take a look at all these contracts we have from all these players, because as we can see, we did just recently sign Chris Jenkins, our second round draft pick from Michigan. Little side note here, this is why, again, it's awesome to rebuild in free agency. It's awesome to go ahead and add some pieces. And I feel like free agency is the best when you are already a really great team and you're just adding in the last finishing touches to make yourself a superstar team, right? That's what free agency is for. The draft is everything. That's where you build your squad. That's where you really are able to create a superstar squad. And again, a lot of the reasons why is because of how cheap these players are. So going into this season, we have Chris Jenkins on a 4-year contract, $1.429 million. So let's say he, and hypothetically speaking, I think he will, but let's say he does go ahead and go out there and he becomes one of the best defensive tackles of the year. Rookie of the year candidate, absolutely destroys, a great replacement for DJ Reader. We have him on another 3 years at 1.786. So let's say he ends up being, after this rookie year, a top 10 defensive tackle in the league. We have him for next year at 1.786 million, 2.143 million, 2.5 million. So imagine paying the best defensive tackle in the league those numbers. Now, obviously, after his 3rd year, or probably honestly after his 2nd year, he's going to start talking, but after his 3rd year especially, he's going to want a new contract, right? He's going to want to work out a new contract and figure something out. But again, in theory, we wouldn't have to. We could, in theory, go ahead and just pay him this amount of money, and he could become one of the best players in the league. That's why, again, it's so amazing. But $7.8 million for his 4 years in the league. That's our 2nd round draft pick. Jermaine Burton, who is our 3rd round draft pick, he is making $5.82 million. And again, if Jermaine Burton becomes the top 5 receiver in the league, which again, I'm not saying he won't, but I'm saying it is very unlikely. I'd say he most likely will become a top 15 eventually. Maybe a top 10. Top 5 that might be a little stretch, but I mean, hey, listen, anything's possible. Especially with Joe Burrow at quarterback. Anyway, though, 1 million, 1.3, 1.5, 1.8, and then obviously 5.8 is the full contract value, but it's just, I mean, that's nothing, man. Especially, again, we're looking at numbers like this, but as the years go upon us, the salary cap becomes less and less numbers. Salary cap, we get more salary cap, so numbers like, for example, 1.8 today doesn't seem like a lot. In 4 years from now, it's going to seem like nothing. That's going to seem like that number right there is like 200,000. It's going to be absolutely nothing in a couple years from now. So that's absolutely amazing to get a receiver. If he pans out on that contract, gorgeous. McKinley Jackson, this was our other 3rd round draft pick. He's on a $5.596 million contract. And again, if he pans out, I mean, that money is absolutely nothing as well. Again, keep in mind, all these guys are on 4-year contracts. And when it comes to this, it's not fully guaranteed when it comes to the contract. 1st round picks contract are fully guaranteed. I believe 2nd round picks, are they fully or no? They are, in fact, not fully guaranteed, mostly guaranteed. So 90% of it is guaranteed, 95.48 million. 3rd round draft picks, though, no. I mean, a little bit, 1/5 of it is guaranteed, but for the most part, I mean, again, like 890,000 of this is fully guaranteed. The rest of this is not. And keep in mind, if he doesn't make the NFL roster, he gets cut before the 53-man roster. None of this matters. But anyway, though, not bad at all. Definitely decent here. We have Eric All, who, again, if he pans out, is a pretty solid tight end for us. He is currently on a $4.813 million contract. This is a 4-year deal. Guarantee wise, 793,000 of that 4.8 is guaranteed, which means if he doesn't play another snap in the NFL, he will at least get that much. That's his prorated signing bonus, by the way. Usually, part of the guarantee is literally your signing bonus. That's you guarantee you're getting that money, but they prorate it over 4 years to make it less of a salary cap hit. So now it's only a $200,000 salary cap hit per year. So if he didn't have the signing bonus, in theory, all of these just minus $200,000, and that's how much he would be making. All right. So next one we have here is going to be Josh Newton. Again, hopefully he does pan out as well because he is $337,000 guaranteed, but he's on a $4.35 million contract, 4-year contract. He's making less than $1 million this year. Yeah, it's not bad. Tanner McLaughlin. These ads. By the way, this is overthecap.com in case you're wondering. I know I get some people ask. It's just overthecap.com. 183,000 guaranteed here. This is $4.2 million on that 4-year contract here. He will be making 840, 1 million, 1.1, 1.2. We got Cedric Johnson, who again might not make the 53-man roster. If he does make the 53-man roster, he will get this money. If he doesn't, obviously he will not. $138,388. We got Anthony. If he makes the 53-man roster, I'll learn how to say his name. $117,000. Okay, not bad. We also have 824, 989. That's why, again, you want these like later round draft picks to really hit. Other than the fact of, hey, listen, it's nice to have like a, late round draft pick hit. It's also money wise. I mean, these guys cost nothing. And to have them become starting pieces on your roster is absolutely amazing. And our last guy we have here is Matt Lee, which again, if he pans out, mama, I'll be so happy. Because can you imagine having a starting guard or starting center with this value at contract? Like, this would be absolutely amazing. If he pans out and becomes the starter over Cordell Volson, this is going to be absolutely the most beautiful thing in the world, especially with how much he's making. I mean, that is free money at this point. I mean, that's like nothing. And to get a startable asset, again, keep in mind, if any of these guys end up panning out really good, after usually the second season, they'll start talking. At the third season, they're going to want a new contract. Now, the only guy who gets a 5th-year option will be Amarius Mims because he's a first-round draft pick, so none of these other guys can get 5th-year options. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Who dey? Who dey out?